Normally I find it hard to stop myself buying loads of sneakers, but the sneaker scene doesn't seem to be that interesting at the moment. I don't think it's just me feeling this way either. I've heard it from a load of different people, and if you feel the same way, do let us know in the comments. But even though I'm complaining about the sneaker market not being that exciting at the moment, I've still got a load of sneakers to talk about in this video. So let's not waste any more time. If you like this video, please do leave it a like. And now that's all out the way, let's get into the sneakers. So the first sneaker on the list is the ADIDAS GAZELLE Indoor. So you've probably all seen the Gucci collaboration with Adidas by now on the GAZELLE sneakers. They're really nice looking sneakers, and I especially love the green pair. But for £575, I'm not spending that much money on a pair of sneakers. So the Adidas Indoor GAZELLE pair are very similar, but a fifth of the price. The thing that makes this sneaker for me is obviously its simple silhouette. It's going to be really easy to style, but I also really like that slightly see-through gum sole on the side of the shoe. I think it's a really nice detail. Now, even though these sneakers are trending at the moment, these have been around for years, so they're a timeless classic. So you can't really go wrong with picking a pair up. And out of all the colorways on the Indoor Gazelles, I probably like the black pair best because I'm basic, but there's a load of different colors to choose from, so pick your favorite. The next pair of sneakers I've got are from Stepney Workers Club, and it's their DELLOW S-Strike sneaker. Now, I've always quite liked this sneaker, but they've really grown on me recently, and I've been thinking about picking a pair up. If you like Vans, then you're probably gonna like these, but these feel a bit more solid, they've got a bit of a chunkier sole, and they look a bit more premium. Now, the DELLOW model actually comes in a load of different colorways, but the black and white S-Strike version are my favorite. In my opinion, that S-Strike on the side gives the shoe enough detail to make it more interesting, without being too over the top and ruining the kind of minimal aesthetic. I remember not so long ago, these shoes were retailing for about £60. They're now £80, but I still think that's a great price for what you're getting. The next shoe is the Adidas Forum Low. Now, like the other Adidas pair I talked about, this is another really hype shoe at the moment, but it's a lovely looking shoe and it's still a classic. There's some really nice colorways out there at the moment, but I think my favorite is the teal colorway. And aside from having teal on the shoe, the rest of the shoe is in a kind of off-white. So it gives the shoe more of a retro and vintage look, which I really like. When it comes to sneakers, pure white can look a bit too bright, a bit too in your face. So generally, I prefer an off-white sneaker. Also, you've probably noticed already, but it's got a strap on the front of the shoe. Personally, I prefer these sneakers without that strap on, but you can remove it on most of the models, so that's not a problem. But if you don't like teal for whatever reason, there's a load of nice colorways out there, so you're kind of spoiled for choice. We've got another Adidas sneaker next, but it's a collaboration with Wales Bonner. Now, Adidas and Wales Bonner have collaborated quite a lot now, but my favorite sneaker from their recent collection is the green and off-white Sambas. Now, I almost bought a pair of these in Selfridges a couple of months ago, but I didn't buy them for some reason, and I don't know why. And now they're really difficult to get hold of. But I love the stitching on these, I love the green crocodile stripes on them, and I just love the colorway, it really does it for me. But on the plus side, you've always got to look at the positives. These sneakers are really hyped right now, they're really popular, so maybe I'll be sick of seeing them in a couple of months. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Only time will tell. The next shoe we've got is not very exciting, but it's how I'm feeling. It's the Vans Old School. Now, you see this shoe everywhere, but for good reason. It's a classic, it's timeless, and it's really easy to style. Now, I must admit, up until recently, I got really bored of this shoe. I wore it to death growing up, so I needed a break from it, but I'm really enjoying it again. I'm really liking the green suede version of these and the oatmeal suede version of these at the moment. There's something a little bit different and they look really nice. But even though I'm loving Vans Old School again, I'm still not quite ready to go back to the black and white pair. That was the pair that I wore a lot when I was growing up, and yeah, I still need a bit more of a break from them. But this shoe, it could take a beating, they held up really well for me, they go with everything, and they're really fairly priced. An absolute classic, you can't go wrong with them. Now we're on to a weird looking sneaker next, and I know not everyone's going to like these, but it's the RC30s from New Balance and Donald Glover. Now, I've got to be honest with you, regular New Balance sneakers are not really my thing, they're not my style. But I really do like this model because they're slightly different. These shoes remind me loads of the Nike Waffle Racers, and they're another shoe that not a lot of people like, but I've always had a soft spot for them. Now, I love the colorway on these, and although the sole is a little bit funky, they're a pretty simple sneaker and quite minimal looking. so they're going to be really easy to style. But when it comes between these or the Nike Waffle Racers, I'm probably going to go for the Waffle Racers because I'm a Nike fanboy. But I like both sneakers a lot. Now, while we're on sneakers that not everyone's going to like, we may as well do another one next. But it's the ACNE Studios BALLOW sneaker, the slip-ons. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Vans slip-on sneakers, but I've been wearing them since I was a kid. No, not a goat, a child. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. But yeah, I wanted something a bit different. But I think these sneakers from ACNE Studios are a little bit smarter than the Vans slip-on and a little bit more luxurious looking. So it's a nice change. These sneakers are going to be perfect for the warmer weather. Sneakers are always good in the warmer weather, but they're not going to look out of place in the autumn and the winter either. And that's why I decided to pick up a pair, because I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of them. But if slip-on shoes are not your thing, then they also do this shoe with laces that look like Chuck Taylor's, and they also do a high-top version too. Now, it wouldn't be a Harry Has video if I didn't talk about Converse Chuck 70s, so here we go. Even though I love and appreciate other sneakers, I could honestly wear a pair of high-top Chuck 70s every day, and I pretty much do. But I'm not going to bore you and talk about the black and white pairs again. I love those shoes, but I always talk about them. I've got something a little bit different. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen them already, but they had a pair of Chuck 70s in a colorway which was called the Midnight Clover colorway, and it was a dark green color, and it was beautiful. But unfortunately, they stopped selling this colorway a while ago, and I haven't been able to get my hands on a pair since. But what I found out is on the Converse website, you probably already knew this, but you can customize Chucks. Not only that, but they also give you the option to color your shoes in the Midnight Clover colorway. The only downside is the price. If you customize your own Chucks, it's going to cost you £15 more. So you've got to decide if that's worth it for you. For me, it's definitely worth it. I wear these shoes all the time, so I'm definitely going to get my money's worth. The only thing that's stopping me at the moment is I did see the Midnight Clover colorway come out again in the regular Chucks. Does this mean that the Midnight Clover colorway is coming back to the Chuck 72? I don't know, but I might hold off and see. So those are the sneakers that I'm enjoying right now. Some of them are quite obvious, some of them are quite simple, and maybe a bit basic too, but there's nothing wrong with that. I like what I like, and I like to keep things simple. But I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do leave it a like. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you later.